So what have been some of the biggest things you focused on this spring, trying to get better at?
Personally, I focused on really grasping the full Monty of the defense, understanding each position that goes on, what they do and what their stresses are throughout. And then from a physical standpoint, I worked more on just my striking with my hands, hand placement, and a little bit more on blitz get off, trying to find a little bit of the edge in that blitz game.
Where do you see yourself, at least right now, fitting in the defense and in the linebacker room? Do you see yourself more as a Mike and outside? I guess, do you prefer one or the other?
I love Mike. I love being in the thick of it, but I'm going to go wherever I'm needed. We have a great linebacker room. Our depth is immaculate. For all intents and purposes, we have 6 guys that wherever we ended up, there's a good chance that we had a job to start somewhere. So that's fantastic for us, and I have a feeling that's the same way throughout the room. Wherever we are needed, we'll transition to each position that we need because we're smart enough to do that. So that's one thing that I think is really phenomenal about our room.
You gotten much work on the outside here?
I've been getting here and there. Yeah, we've been working. I've been going from Mike to Money occasionally. Me and Shane have been rotating in and out. He's been doing a phenomenal job picking up our defense, especially coming in from Notre Dame, getting kind of dropped into the heat of it, going from learning 2 positions really at the same time, Money and Mike. So we've been flopping back and forth and really trying to get a hold of the entire thing.
Where do you find yourself in the room as far as like being a person to look to at a communication standpoint? Because you've been around, you know the team, you know the game, and you got guys coming in like Shane who are trying to learn how to play fast in this defense. Where do you see yourself as someone that maybe someone looks to say, hey, can you help me figure out how to do this right?
Oh, I'm always an open book. Whenever someone has questions, I'm always open to answer them. However, to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I'll make sure I get that answer for them. When Shane came in, we had more than a few conversations sitting there before spring ball started about kind of like what's going on, like how to do this, that, and the other thing. And that's where kind of like I find myself, like, if you need help, I'm always there for my teammates, and that's just how it goes.
Was it weird at all when you guys come back from spring? Obviously, you have workouts and stuff too, but when Phil and Patricia and Chase and those guys can't, they're arm.
Oh, it's always real funky because those are my brothers. Like, we thought we weren't sure at first after COVID if some of them guys were coming back here and there. And then they came back and it was like the room was all together again. But as you all know, that's not generally the norm. So losing them guys felt, you're not really losing them from a brotherhood standpoint, but just them not having them in there felt a little empty at first. But now we're getting back in the swing of things again. Feeling like a family again.
What's it like being a linebacker behind the defensive line that you guys have had the last couple of years?
Easy. Them guys up front do a lot for us with how Coach Partridge coaches them and how they execute everything to a T. Makes our job really easy because the offense has to worry about them before they have to worry about us. So, and especially when it comes to pass coverage, having them guys up front, getting pressure with 4 guys, 3 guys is really, really helpful for our defensive scheme as a whole.